Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. It's your boy Hakim Green. Episode 108 of IZM SPORTS, IZM TV. Each and every week. 108 of IZM SPORTS. There we go. Let me turn that down. You know, we've been doing this now for 108 episodes. Roughly over 2 years. You know, we take breaks after the NBA season, and we pick up in September. Of course, we cover football, baseball, World Series, all that. You know, we get a nice steady flow in time for basketball season in October. And then, you know, come Christmas time, you know, it's really about, you know, basketball, even though, you know, my co-host, Wes Henderson, Coach E, they don't really pay attention to basketball till after All-Star break. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Static. Okay, there you go.
It's Cliffy. Uncle Spliffy.
Cliffy bringing the ruckus.
Yeah,
I know we still had emergency broadcast systems on our TV.
You know what I mean? What's going on? You know what I mean?
That's the old after the honeymooners went off noise.
Yeah, you get snow and lines going across the joint.
Yeah, the Star Spangled. I mean, they did the national anthem at the end of the night. You know, whatever that was.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, until I was rudely interrupted by noise, was that you jokers don't pay attention to basketball until after All-Star break. So I can't really take too much of what you guys say seriously because, you know, y'all ain't even really in tune. I hear all that blasphemy, or I see all that blasphemy on our text thread that we got going on.
Man,
what is going on over here? Y'all jokers is something else, boy.
What happened?
Y'all love poking the bear.
What bear? No, Coach put out a text message that said something that was like real, like, oh, that's true. They both got 4. That'd be kind of dope. And they both talked about the top 10. So I just went in.
Yeah, but it's like you're comparing apples and oranges, and we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna break it all down.
We compare 4 and 4.
Well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna compare 4 and 4. We're gonna see how it balances out, and y'all let me know what y'all think afterward. All right, so
I'm not saying that they're the same player. I said that.
No. Okay, no. All right, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. But for now, hold on. Let me see what Uncle Spliffy's talking about. He got his shit right. Nah, homeboy. It's going in and out. So it seems like it's a plug. It's just short.
Yeah, Spliffy might want to use the phone today.
Can you use the phone? Yeah, that shit's crazy. All right, let me figure it out. We're going to hop into real hip-hop for the people. Let's get to that, and we'll be right back at you with episode 108.
Peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Real hip-hop for the people is an engagement. It's a demonstration. Using hip-hop culture to get you activated. Let the people hear the bass, the vibration, the love, peace, unity, and watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here, Springfield Avenue, between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy.
We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Fire. The hip-hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
That's
Love
it.
it. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know how.
It's the culture.
Yeah. What up, man?
You know a hard head makes it soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs, spitting bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the bowl that rappers too immature to outgrow it. There's more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm feeding. The mic got me squeezing, dropping facts like I'm teaching. Leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel light so you can see when I tan. I'm like, well, I never ran. I'm a fan, but never stand. Just take a black one to the east, exit out the clan.
Holy integrated, having nothing present, that's what we are.
But no one's stopping about the people.
Holy integrated, having nothing present, that's what we are.
But no one's stopping about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Pico. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live at, I get back. All in it, no gimmick, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black art, knew my part. Daddy gave me, mama made me. Nuke raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown. Harriet Underground, sun up to sundown. Till my people get out. Nuke the down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we battle the bullet. Black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having nothing present, that's what we are.
But no one's stopping about the people.
Holy integrated, having nothing present, that's what we are.
But no one's stopping about the people.
The legends before me are ones I want to get it like, but hitting quick hit different when hitting right. My ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Doing to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watch the line do it. Airborne to skeeky like a window through it. Trumpets blow, this song's here, my life ruins. Think forward before they have to think forward. Boom bap, I talk that, I'm enormous. Informants when present in your boy performing, especially when them drums snap by Ryan Lawrence. Doing all that poet talk of the line crosser. Me, Hakim, I speak by your flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no people offers. Start still, then deliver, and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having nothing present, that's what we are.
But no one's stopping about the people.
Holy integrated, having nothing present, that's what we are. Hip hop, the people.
Yeah, that was Real Hip Hop for the People by Hakim Green, featuring Do It All Kelly, Amiri Baraka Jr., G. Simone, produced by Ron Lawrence, video by Rock Davis. Big shout out to the great city of North New Jersey for hosting 24 Hours of Peace, where we shot that John at. And also let you guys know this upcoming year we are launching the Blacktop Streetball Festival and 24 Hours of Peace as a tour. So, you know, it's a combination of hip hop culture, basketball. We're going to go to communities and share love, unity, safely having fun. So look out for that, guys. You know, we doing it big. I know you guys know about the N1 street ballers all around the country that ripped up the entire world, really, over the last, 20 years. We're going out with these guys, the Hot Sauces, Half Men, Half Amazing. Big shout out to Main Event, one of the regulars on IZM Sports. And, just look out for that. Coming to a city near you. Blacktop Street Ball Festival, 24 Hours of Peace.
Yeah.
So, all right. Before we get deep into the topics, to the controversial topics, let's talk about Lamar Jackson getting that bag.
Yes, sir.
Long overdue.
The last show we did with some questions on what he was going to get, if he was going to have to settle for the franchise tag deal they were offering, and Jalen Hurts' deal was going to have any impact on what happened with Lamar. And although we thought differently, it seems that might have been the case. What you guys think?
I think that was the blueprint. I think that Jalen deal was definitely something that Lamar could jump off that fully guaranteed and sink his teeth into, because you figure Burrow's up next, and then Herbert. So he just wanted to fall in line, get his done, and I think it was a perfect segue. I think in this case, this helped the situation with the fact of him not having an agent, because it, framed it out.
Hey, and I want to say something, and I said this to Hakim in the thread about him not having an agent. He did have an agent. He did not have a normal one of the big agents. His mom was his agent, and I think we need to recognize her as such. She got the agent's fee, and she did what an agent's supposed to do. So we need to big up that black woman, and she's not the first. Kyrie has the same situation going on. So
Patrick Ewing had it, Karl Malone had it, Greg Anthony had it. Several white players have they all have them like that. So you're right.
Yeah,
Coach.
we gotta stop saying particularly when it's a black woman,
yes,
they don't have an agent.
Yeah, when we were saying that, or when that's being said, he has representation.
Yeah, and I just think
he has representation, but she's not a official,
a licensed
agent.
Yeah,
I don't like us falling into that same narrative, because he has representation who apparently is doing a great job, and we need to big that up and get more of our people, particularly, doing the same thing.
And
that was my exact point. Like, we are carrying that bucket of no agent water bucket that they want us to carry, that narrative. That is not a factor. He got paid because the pressure, right? They paid Jalen because they had to, because they've been doing that historically to others for years. And they know that Burrow and Herbert are up. And you know what kind of the NFL is already accused of being who they are, right? Do you know kind of uproar that would be with a MVP in the league right now that has wait a second, that has did I get frozen? Oh, there it is.
You good?
The one MVP that wasn't given a contract, and he's 26 years old. It would be a narrative they do not want. His mom was the representation that he has, and that's all you need as a legal person to review a contract. There's no bylaw that says you have to have a licensed agent, and we kept using that because that's what ESPN says.
Right.
And we can't do that. We can't.
And Fox Sports.
And Fox Sports, yeah, they do the same thing.
Because listen to Colin Cowherd, right? He's pissing me off because it's the narrative of, you gotta give the team friendly deal if you want to win a Super Bowl. You gotta give the team friendly deal, and Jalen Hurts is doing it the right way because he's not getting guaranteed. All his money's not guaranteed. And it was like
he's getting 179 million.
Yeah.
But Lamar was never saying all the money has to be guaranteed. He's saying you need to give me a deal relative to where the market is now.
Yeah.
And since the market has been set by Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray, and you need to pay me accordingly, even if that means, a deal. We're going to pay you $265, 180 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not short. He didn't take short money. He didn't give the team friendly deal. Just the bean counters, because of the pressure, like Wes said, went to work and crafted a deal that made sense for everyone. Gave the Ravens a back door to go, we didn't pay him all. His whole contract's not guaranteed. But Lamar got a number that was satisfactory to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we also got to give big ups to Jalen Hurts' agent, because it's a black female, by the way. Yes, she did her thing. Yep.
And we did big her up last week, by the way. We're not fucking about it.
And we should keep bigging her up.
And trust me, that's part of it too, because they got to keep people quiet. That's part of it too. This is all part of the. It's not hush money, but they can't. The NFL is not in a position to look bad. Women, whether they're black or white, are a huge audience for the NFL.
That's their largest audience, actually.
That's that. Yeah. So again, this situation was going to be ugly, and they knew it. They had to avoid it. Yep.
And I think it was the ideal time anyway. They waited to the draft to see how things were playing out around the draft. It was I thought it was good timing.
Joe Burrow.
You know, and it's I think the Ravens did a they saved their franchise, honestly.
Yeah,
They did.
They did. Also want to just as a note, Jalen Hurts' agent is a Rock Nation. Works for Rock Nation.
Yeah, he does.
So even when we talk about Rock Nation and the hoops that they've had to jump through to be respected by the NFL, people have short memories. Went too long ago where they didn't want Rock Nation involved in the NFL.
Absolutely, they were thugs. That's what Jerry Jones called them.
Right.
Yeah,
man. So acknowledge all of our brothers and sisters making it happen in the world of sports, business.
Yep.
Business.
It's a beautiful thing.
Kudos.
Yep. All right. Aaron Rodgers is now a Jet officially.
Yeah, hey man, he looks good. I saw him today. He looks really great out there. No defense, just throwing wide open receivers. I mean, he throws a great ball when there's no defense. I was impressed.
Yeah, but did you hear what he compared Garrett already to his other 17? He says he's super impressed. Listen, the fact that Garrett Wilson and he's out there with the team early, getting in these early reps, I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to see him play, to be honest with you. I think with that defense, I think they're going to be good.
I mean, he has to come out early. He has to, he has to play along at this point. He can't, up front be the same old Aaron. He's got to show. But let's see what happens when the going gets rough.
That New York media gonna let you go to Pat McAfee. New York media is totally different, man. You can't run to the McAfee show.
Nah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. All right, so what else we got on the deck before we get over to basketball?
Baseball, like you said.
Yep, thank you.
What, Aaron Judge on the IR?
No, we talking about all baseball. Tampa Bay Devil Rays are 24-5 or 24-6.
They're killing it right now.
Yeah.
Right? That's the first thing.
First team in the history of baseball to have 22 wins by May 1st.
Yeah, they balling.
Don't sleep because the Pittsburgh Pirates got 20 wins. They're 20-9, and that's out of nowhere. And apparently, this is the first series of 220-win teams, the earliest 20-win teams ever. So they start a series tonight.
I just haven't heard that. I haven't heard Pittsburgh Pirates since what? Willie Stargell?
Willie Stargell.
That's probably accurate.
Yeah, remember when the Pittsburgh baseball cap was the most popular baseball cap?
Everybody wanted one.
Everybody wanted one. It had like little round boxy joints, you know what I mean? The black and the gold. Disrespectful if you was a Cowboy fan, but it was baseball, so we we were styling and solid,
Yeah, we let it slide. Yeah. But they're doing very well. Baltimore is playing well. Actually, the American League East is probably the best division in baseball, despite the Yankees. I post every day on my Yankee thread that I go into the word insanity because again, the fans keep acting like there's nothing wrong, but it's insanity. Y'all know the definition. They keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. They're no different than they were last year or the year before. They're not a playoff team. I mean, they're not a World Series team. And look at them without those stars. I mean, I know the injuries happen, but they are just a train wreck. They gave us Willie Calhoun and Frenchie Cordero and told us that was our free agent signings, and that's what make a difference. Okay, Cliff, you can have it now.
Well, listen, at least we can stand on Cole. Cole is doing his thing. He's putting up Cy Young numbers.
For sure.
We in an ugly 4-game losing streak right now, and we gave up 3 in the top of the 9th last night to lose a shutout. So I mean, hopefully he can stop the bleeding. But I mean, right? If we lose tonight, we have 500, and I think we're in last place.
We have 500 now. I think. I thought we had 500 already.
I think we're 15 and 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to propose a what do you call it? An abbreviation Not a surname. Wouldn't be something to go in between Cliff and Zach. And I want to propose we call Cliff SL Zach Master. Good old silver lining.
Silver lining, Zach Master.
When it comes to the Knicks, the Yankees, and the Cowboys, you always gonna pull out the silver. Well, we on Cole.
That's why I gave it to him. I gave it to him.
Listen. I'm gonna be the eternal optimist, but I'm gonna be the realist too. I'm gonna be a homer, but I'm gonna try to be a realist, but always optimistic, yo. Always.
Listen, I try to be optimistic and the Yankees used to give me reason to be optimistic, but I've been watching them for a long time, and they can't fool me, man. Cashman can't fool me. He can't fool me, man. As long as those seats are filled, they're just like the Cowboys. They keep them seats filled. They gonna keep doing the same thing they doing. It works for them. They're making money.
Cowboys, Yankees,
making
Knicks.
Money.
Cliff go find
as long as they're making money.
Insanity.
Insanity.
Oh man. So JT brought up something important. We didn't talk about the draft.
The draft.
Yeah.
Philly killed it.
The Eagles did it again.
They did it again.
Talk about it. Let me know.
They got Georgia Bulldog. Well,
they're Georgia North.
Yeah, they got Georgia North. They got 4 players from the all-time best defensive team ever, and they got 2 of them this draft because they moved up from 10 to 9 to pick Jalen Carter, who was the best person in the draft. Yes. But he got all that smoke around him because of that car crash. And then they picked up the linebacker Nolan Smith with the 30th pick. So and then at the back end of the draft, I guess they got one of Georgia's cornerbacks. So I mean, they stacked up. Philly did their thing.
Philly did a great job. Great job. I like what the Texans did, with their 2 and a 3 pick. I thought they got aggressive to get themselves back into conversations now with Stroud and my man, what's his name? Campbell? Is his name?
Linebacker, right?
Will Anderson.
Anderson, yeah. Will Anderson. So I thought that was good by them. I thought Jacksonville had a solid draft. They got some protection for Lawrence in terms of the O-line. They did that. Pittsburgh drafted Joey Porter's son.
Yeah, that was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, that's probably good for him. The Cowboys had a sentimental draft. They drafted one of their player personnel guys' son, and they let him call his son up. I thought that was a nice touch.
It was dope.
And he may
be a little something. I mean, he might be the shortest. Yeah, he's the shortest. One of the shortest players ever drafted. But he's a little beast.
You know,
a little scooter out of the backfield. Let's see what can happen.
Can I just right here with you, the Cowboys and draft. Something that stood out for me, right? Before that pick, I was like, man, there's no brothers in the room.
It's 2 brothers in the room.
I was like, yo, man, I'm looking like they got no brothers in they with the net.
They had 2 brothers. There's 2 brothers in there.
2 brothers, okay, yeah. I couldn't find them. I was like trying to parse through them, and I didn't see them. When the brother got drafted, I was like, I got a brother in the room, and they drafted.
The brother that got drafted, his father, and Will McClay is been probably like a pseudo GM for the last 10 to 12 years. He don't, they say he's the pseudo GM, but we know Jerry's the GM.
Right.
Yeah. So but they did have 2 brothers in there.
Yeah, but we definitely got to give D'Amico Ryan and the Texans some love after, because I mean what they pulled off, because they kept it hush, because even last week we were all questioning what is up with CJ Stroud. You know what I'm saying? How did it stop all of a sudden? But they just kept everything hush.
Yeah.
Everything hush.
I think they threw that Will Levin guy in there just to throw everybody off.
Yeah. He looked bad.
He ended up going second round.
Yeah.
I think the first pick of the second round.
To who? Who picked him up?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans. Yeah.
That's a good look. That makes sense.
Yeah. Tennessee
makes
Titans. So yeah, all in
Okay.
all, I think everybody had. I mean, I don't. Drafts are kind of fickle. You don't know until you know. You know what I'm saying? Until you start playing. You don't know anything. So we'll see.
You guys, is that Derrick Henry, the Philadelphia Eagles, a real thing, or is that just smoke?
No, that was something that they were trying to pull off prior to that.
Lord,
who they get Swift from Detroit.
Yeah, because Anderson went. I mean, not Anderson. Sanders left, right?
Yeah, Sanders left, and then Detroit drafted.
Your volume went down, Cliff. Cliff, your volume went down.
Let me turn it up.
There you go.
Yeah, so they drafted. Detroit drafted a first-round running back, which was a surprise. So they drafted him 12, and then I think Philly scooped up Swift from Detroit. So, but I think that Henry thing was a real thing. It just never materialized.
And lucky for you, Cowboy fans, it did not.
I got scared.
Yeah, they're a beat show. I mean, we just got to face them twice though, but they're the team to beat.
Hopefully 3 times if you know. I got Philly early. Philly. I'm gonna go Kansas City, but I don't know. With AC is toss up. Philly look like the favorite, bro.
Yeah,
they do. I mean, they stout. But it's one and done. You just got to get to the playoffs.
Philly look like they might be a runaway favorite at this point. Like they look
tough, beastly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, they look impressive.
Right. So, the Knicks are on right now. Knicks and Miami Heat. That last game.
No. The Knicks are gonna win that game. They took my man out. They took Jimmy Buckets out, man.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, he's ruled out tonight. Although I still don't know if Brunson is ruled. It looks like Randall will play though.
Well, before we talk about what's going on now in the future, let's talk about the last game. What went wrong? Because the first half, Knicks looked really good. I thought they were going to handle the Heat, and then next thing you know,
Jimmy Buckets.
The second half, Knicks fell apart. Knicks they couldn't close basically because right at the end of the game, and it's what Miami's been doing all playoffs.
Yeah,
they hang around, and it's the same exact thing Philly did last night. You let teams like that hang around. I mean, these are pros. Then everybody start making shots, and don't get it twisted. Philly's role players and bench. I mean, I'm sorry, Miami's bench played. Vincent, they were all hitting threes, doing their thing. But tonight in the Garden, it'll be different. No Jimmy. It should be at least we'll even the series and see what we can do.
What's Randall? What's about? Is he playing tonight?
Yeah,
he looked like he's gonna play.
Yeah.
And the thing about Miami is they're just as physical, if not more physical, than New York.
Right. And they only needed to get one in New York. They didn't need to get 2.
That's right.
They
got scores too. They got somebody who can just go get you a bucket. Jimmy can just go get a bucket. I don't know if New York really has somebody who can just get a bucket.
Brunson can.
As great as Brunson is, Kyle Lowry is real physical with him. So that makes a difference.
Yeah. Old wily vet.
Yep. Kyle Lowry got to be a good 36 or so.
Pat Riley's the head of the snake too. I mean, against New York, all that comes back.
Spoelstra.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Spoelstra is big. Is big.
So I think it will be a 7-game series. I don't think it's going to be a short series.
No,
yeah, I agree.
I think I can get stretched.
Yep.
And that's the thing. I worry, is the long series because then it gives the Knicks time to be the Knicks.
Yeah.
The longer it goes, the more the curse of the Knickerbocker.
Nah, but this is a different Knicks squad if we can maintain a little bit of health. Like if Brunson's ankle soreness is not too bad, and Randall comes back, I think in a 7-game series we can definitely pull it out because I think we got a better squad. I mean, I definitely think the Knicks are deep. You know what I'm saying? They're deep, and I think they can definitely run with Boston if we get to that. if Boston can get past Philly.
If Boston can get past Philly.
Yeah.
I mean, that, you know, I didn't see the game, but I was flabbergasted when I saw Philly beat Boston in Boston with no Embiid.
Well, I mean, look, Boston literally gave the game away.
Mm-hmm.
They sure did.
Like,
I don't know what Brogdon was doing when he threw that pass to like Freddie Brown.
Yeah, he did. He pulled a Freddie Brown.
And the crazy thing about it is it had to be literally intercepted at that exact moment, or else it would have been a shot clock violation and they'll stop play. But as soon as he touched the ball, the shot clock hit 0, so they were allowed for the play to continue, and that's why he just ran down for the easy layup. And that's it.
Hey, look, the next play, Marcus Smart just does some BS as well.
Oh yeah, that was a terrible call. That was a terrible play out of the timeout.
My thing is, how was he even that close that late in Boston? Like, how does that happen? How does James Harden
45?
That's
how it happened.
He was in his bag.
Yeah, he was in his bag. Like, Harden doesn't play like that in like 3 years, 4 years, easy.
So
he was old James Harden.
I saw a statement from Harden. It was like, yo, I put up, 35, 40 points a game. Joe was like, you can't win like that. You being too selfish. So I play, I give you 20. Oh no, he ain't doing enough. When Harden gonna be back to Harden? He's like, can't win for losing. What's the truth around that? He, averaging 20 and how many assists? 21 and how many assists? His scoring is down. It's like Harden not giving us enough. And what's wrong with James Harden? He's out of shape. He's this, that, and the third.
He averaged 10 assists this year, I think.
Yeah,
he led the league, didn't he?
Yeah, he led the league. And here's the thing about
11.
What I'm worried about now. He has a game like that. Can he reel it back in when Embiid comes back? And go back to playing the way, so it works together. It's going to be interesting.
Because we got to remember, they won all year. They had the second best or the third best record in basketball. Now it's just about how they gel in the playoffs, and Harden had to play that game because all the hoopla and all the word about his Vegas trip. That's all we would have been talking about prior to him after this game if they had lost.
Well, no, he had to play that way. He had to play that way because of that outfit he wore to the game.
What in the Scooby Doo or where are you? You heard? He walked me with a
I don't know what that was.
That was dope, yo. That was dope. That was like
he wakes up early every morning.
That's what I was going to say. That was like garage club wear. That
like you and me, but
super baggy.
I don't know what he was wearing.
He homeless.
I don't know what he was wearing.
You wear an outfit like that, you got to come with game.
So, man,
and the first round is not going to determine James Harden anyway, because he's had big first rounds before.
Yeah,
James Harden's got to play good in a conference finals.
Right.
Yeah, that's where his trouble started. Because even in OKC, he played good in early rounds. When he got to Houston, he played good in early rounds. It's just that he folded up in the conference finals, and in his first NBA finals, when he was in OKC, he didn't even show up.
Yeah. So, providing James Harden makes it to the Eastern Conference Finals, that means Boston got to catch this L. And I'm saying, if Boston catches L, they got to get Brook up.
Yeah, I think they might break Boston up anyway.
Yeah, this is it.
Baby. If Boston catch that L, the Knicks going to the finals. That's what
I don't think it's because of I don't. Listen. I don't think there's a chemistry issue in Boston. I just think sometimes it just don't fall in their way. Like they got a good squad, and I respect the fact that these dudes been together for a minute, playing together. So and it's hard to play with two superstars, but they managing it, and they was winning a lot of games.
The thing is they gonna kill you in the regular season, and they're gonna show up for the most part in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but at some point in a crucial time, somebody gonna shrink, and because they don't they're not as deep as everybody says they are. So it really boils down to Jason and Jalen.
Yeah, they have a bunch of role players.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
I mean, they're good. They're good role players. Don't get me wrong.
I think they're deep. I think they're all good. I think we're seeing Missoula's, inexperience as far as coaching in the playoffs. I think
because what do we see last year in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Well, they just ran out of gas. I mean, and it was the Warriors. We can't discredit who they're playing. I mean, Udoka was more of a defensive. Jason Tatum was a no-show. That's what happened.
Well, the last couple games.
Yeah, that was only the last 2 games.
He wasn't a no-show. He just kept turning the ball over.
Yeah. And he had 2 bad games.
He's 2 bad, the most important games of the year. He's all out.
Yeah, well, that happened.
We talking about the finals, dude. Like we acting like they gotta get broken up. Went to the finals.
Like, that happens.
They're playing for a championship, and you want to break them up. I think they just gotta get over the hump. They play Golden State.
That was last year, and if they moved to Philly this year in the second round.
Yeah. It happens. It happens.
And when I say break them up, I think they have a bunch of really good role players. Maybe package that to get a star.
Another guard.
Yeah,
they need a guard.
Yeah,
they need a guard. They need
Marcus Smart. Guy. They really don't.
Marcus Smart is the only one I can say. Like I think you need his style of play, but you can't have him in the starting lineup with because what happens with him is that he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I like you need guys like him in the NBA, but he believes in his talent sometimes more than his talent needs to be believed in at critical times, and he's taking shots that he should not be taking, that Brown and Tatum should be taking. Right. And I think a better guard, with him there, with still Smart being there, would be where they need to go. Brogdon is not a point guard. They kind of thought he would be a facilitator, but he's more of a utility knife, right?
Yeah, he's one of them combo guys. They just don't have that third scorer. And like you said, Wes, Marcus Smart tends to take over that role, and that's when it all goes wrong.
I can't agree with JT on that. There's nobody like Ben Simmons, so that's like. That's not even.
Nah, JT.
That's ridiculous.
That's
utterly ridiculous.
He's light
skin. Can't do it,
JT. He taking jabs at light skin. Yeah, I know that.
I can't do it, JT. I can't go with you on that one.
Nah, Jason Tatum's that dude. Jason Tatum is
Jason Tatum is that dude.
They just gotta play defense, yo.
I kind of
didn't play any defense yesterday.
Yeah, this team is good. They didn't play defense for the last 4 games.
Jason Tatum is that dude, but Jaylen Brown is that dude too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So it's like crunch time. Like with the Clippers, even though it's, I guess, a bad example because Kawhi is in Kawhi, but if it came down to it, Kawhi is going to shoot that shot. Yeah. Like Kawhi is going to aggressively go, give me. If Jaylen Brown does it, it's still like you looking for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, because what happened is everyone kind of says it's Jason Tatum's team and Jaylen Brown is the second guy. But in reality, they're both the same. And to me, like they both are very vital to their success. So you just have to go with the hot hand when it comes to Boston. You can't just say Jason Tatum needs to be the shooter of that shot. It just could be either one of them. And I think that's where they
Well,
get caught up.
You just said they're the same.
Yeah.
They're the same.
Yeah, they are.
Right. So you might be better bringing somebody else in that's different.
No. When I say they're the same, I still think they can still get their. I still think they coexist well. They need a guard. They need someone else that can get them in the right places at the right time in those big moments. Because I think you need them. Those two wings, you don't have many guys that can go to the wings like they can in the NBA. That's
I'm not fronting I'm not trying to front on either one of them. Either one, I like both of them as individual players. I just think that Jason Tatum is the man, but just doesn't express it in key times. Like he's the guy.
I also think it's coaching. I don't think
that
can handle the situation that they have. Two young superstars really, and how to get them to mesh. And to be honest, I don't think Udoka could either. I think he was just better at getting them to play defense and getting them to play harder. Mm-hmm. I don't think offensively they had figured it out. So that may be where their change has to come. And remember, Missoula got the job because of what happened.
Yeah.
Speaking
of which, Ime got the Houston job.
Yeah, Houston's a good place for him too.
Exactly. That's a perfect place for him. Even though I feel bad for Silas because the young Silas actually was pretty good coach.
Woo!
Yeah, Silas is a good coach, but once it came out that he cried in front of his team in the locker room, you can't do that. He lost them.
He was done. And not with these young boys. These young boys don't care about no emotion.
Yeah.
Give me my bag. Where the honey's at.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
but hey, Udoka in Houston,
wow, man,
he's gonna have a good time.
Yeah, he gonna like it down here. He gonna like it down here.
So let me see. I know it's just happened, but let's talk about the Bucks.
Well, wait a minute. Since we were on them, let me ask a question. Okay. I think Boston is the best team left. What do y'all think?
Nah, chill, bro. You wildin'.
Who's the best team left?
You mean left in the East?
I'm talking about of the 8 left.
Oh. All right.
Okay. My honest answer to that question is I think there's way too much parity to say.
Well, I agree with that 100%. But why do we keep disrespecting Denver?
I know.
Denver. Thank you.
It's Denver, but
True.
They have been in first all
year. They have.
It's like it's beyond disrespect.
It's beyond disrespect. And to your point, Coach, bro, like right. Joker is that dude.
Word.
Yeah.
He putting in work.
Their 2-3 was missing all year. He literally carried the team by himself. Yeah. And then you look at them this year, they was the #1 team in the league all year. Yeah. And like Wes is saying, he was giving Jokers the work all
putting in work.
Year.
Man,
let me tell you what I liked about the game the other day. 97-87. That's what I liked about the game yesterday.
His passes, like the touch that he has on his passes, is almost like he's shooting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has that kind of touch on passes, man. It's incredible.
And this dude's arc, he ain't doing mad athletic stuff. His all footwork, spacing, arc. That's it.
But everybody, like the media, is like they not even talking about Jamal Murray is nice.
He had an off game last night,
and he still won.
Game 1. Oh my!
And they won. Yeah, that's impressive. Because Joker did carry him.
And that's why Joker is who he is, because Jamal Murray can have an off game, and they win that game.
Yep.
I mean, Chris Paul got hurt. What y'all think about that?
I mean, we expected it's a little earlier.
That's what happens with Chris Paul.
Chris Paul every year.
But word on the street is it's not that bad, and he may be ready for Game 3.
That's what they always say.
So it is a groin, though. But I don't know.
Them Them grinds are something else.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, ain't no spring chicken out there. Yeah,
Grinds, they can get you.
Different. It's different.
and
Yeah.
it came before his birthday this year. So
Yeah, it was a little early. Normally his birthday hit, and it's like that's the gift he gives. I'm going to get injured now, y'all.
Yeah.
And Phoenix.
Nah, but Joker's nice. Denver has 4 guys that can give you 20, and they've got the MVP. And to me,
no. Embiid is the MVP.
Well, well, did he get it? He won it?
He just won it, yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He got it. Good for him.
Oh, he did get it. They won it?
Yeah.
They announced it tonight.
Good for him.
Right. But now, I'm sorry, what you about to say?
Joker is the MVP, actually.
Joker's the former 2-time MVP.
2-time MVP, yep.
They got Gordon and they got Porter. But the Jamal Murray factor, like when I look at the like when we got into the playoffs and I said that 2 of the 3 teams would be eliminated in the top 3, and I didn't say which ones, but 2 of them are gone, right? And then when I looked at the matchups in terms of how they reflect to what's left, because it's all about matchups, really.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that are left, I really feel like Golden State can get Denver. Denver can get LA. And then you have Phoenix is already losing to Denver. I think Phoenix is another LA team that could get another team that can get LA, and then LA can get Golden State.
Oh, well,
those are the matchup issues that it all depends on who played each other.
Yeah.
Like I thought Sacramento could get LA. Like I had Sacramento and the Clippers as my 2 teams that could beat the Lakers, and the Phoenix and Denver in that order. But they're obviously those 2 teams are gone, so it's just Denver is the only team in Phoenix, and Phoenix they're playing each other. So LA has to play one of those teams.
Yeah. Can I say in terms of your Denver lineup, 4 jokers that can get you 20? I want to say 5 people that can get you 20. Because dog, this dude is bro.
He's balling.
He's balling timely and consistent.
He doesn't get a lot of shots. He gets like 8 shots a game, so he'll probably get you 12 to 14. But he just doesn't get a lot of opportunities. But 20 is definitely there for him. But they legit.
And the beauty of that, having those cats, and the Lakers, same thing. 4 cats, 5 cats get you 20. Is if somebody's struggling, then the high hand goes to someone else. Someone else can help out, and that's why
the Lakers got 6 dudes though. The Lakers got 6 guys to get you 20.
Yeah. And the thing about the Lakers that I know you guys are gonna feel really good about, they are the number 1 defensive team left.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. AD has been doing some impressive work defending block shots, grabbing rebounds. It's been amazing. He needs to work on, I think being a little bit more aggressive offensively. But I feel good about the Lakers. I want West to go in on this matchup tonight since we're here, the Golden State LA Laker matchup. What you think?
Nah, I just think that this is AD's series. They don't have nobody on their roster that can stop Anthony Davis. It's just really that simple. They don't have nobody on their roster that can stop Anthony Davis. So for me, Steph's gonna get his, and he'll have in and out games because Schrader is gonna cause him a little bit of. He's gonna be a deterrent. He's not gonna stop him, but he's gonna be a deterrent. So he might have a couple of games where he scores 24, but he might have 2 games where he scores 35, right? But that's a deterrent. AD should score 35 a game.
We can't sleep on Looney. We can't sleep on what look. We got to look at what Looney did last series, though.
It's different. It's
different. I get it. It's a different player, though. It's a different player, and they played Golden State all year. I just don't think Looney is. And Looney, the funny part about it is Looney became like a stationary player. In college, Looney got to the rack. Looney had jumpers. Yep. Looney did all of that at UCLA.
He was a forward. He was a forward.
He was a forward, like a 3-and-D dude.
Yes.
He was a 3-and-D dude in college, and he got to the NBA. And they put him down on the block, and now all of a sudden he's like Lurch out there. Yeah. Nah, he can play. He's legit.
What scares me about the Lakers and AD and what we need from him is Draymond.
Oh, exactly. That's what I was saying.
That dog.
Draymond's going.
He needs
really
some dog.
You know, and I think
Yeah.
Draymond being physical with AD is that's when AD gets one of them little knick-knack injuries, you know. So that concerns me. That really does.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say I think the wild card in the series is Draymond Green. If Draymond could you know, put his imprint on this game, it could just make shit uncomfortable.
Yes, very much so.
Now, especially for AD.
Yeah, Draymond also, because you know, LeBron's his boy, he might be nice to AD.
Oh yeah, we had this discussion. I don't think that's the case, man. Y'all not giving Draymond enough credit. He has too much integrity.
No, I agree. But I do think he's going to between Draymond and Looney leaning on AD all the time.
Yeah,
AD going to revert to that. I want to just shoot jump shots, and that's always a problem when he starts.
Yeah, that is the problem. But he's the key to the series.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What about Tristan Thompson?
He's their most dominant player at this stage.
Man, I'm about to leave this. I'm about to hang.
I'm saying
this dude just said Tristan
just to keep Draymond at bay.
Do you what?
Tristan Thompson.
he might see some action.
You know, he might. I mean, you know, put a body on Draymond, make it uncomfortable for him, so he, you know, just because they got a little beef going on right now.
They do.
They got beef.
That's one of those, and I can see Darvin smart, man. Just bring Tristan in to aggravate him, and you know, Draymond do something stupid, you know.
Yeah.
And get, you know.
Next thing you know, he's out for the series.
The other guy that scares me is D'Angelo Russell. If he has to, whoever he has to guard, gonna have a field day. So I don't know if
and you know the other player that could hurt the Lakers, and people ain't gonna really expect this player. But see, sometimes you can get hurt by a guy that gets you 12 points or 11 points or 9 points because of the way they occur. Bingo!
Yep.
Gary Payton Jr.
Yep.
Bingo! Right there.
Effort points.
That's those killers.
And he's just starting to get back.
Always kills the Lakers.
Roof rebounds.
Yep. A couple block shots here and there.
Deep corner three.
Yep. And he's getting into all that right now too. So yeah,
that's the Lakers' best matchup, though. I still think, like, out of the team, that's Golden State's the team I think that they match up the best with of the four teams in the West. Well, 3 teams in the West left.
But I don't like that series going 7 games. I think any series for the Lakers, the longer it goes, the worse it is for AD, because just wear and tear on his body. You know, I'm never comfortable with him playing.
And LeBron, bro, like let's not forget this dude.
Yeah.
He's
38 and all that.
To make the playoffs, like 38 is 38.
Yeah, but he got that chamber in his house that he get into. He all right, man. He'll be fine. I don't worry about. I really don't worry about LeBron and even the age thing. I don't like because of what he does to take care of his body. You know, I don't think it's a problem. It's not a problem at all. Now it becomes a problem if he gets injured, and that's when the age plays a role because how long it takes him to come back from injury.
All right, so. You guys think that this Golden State matchup is LA's best matchup?
Yeah,
right.
I do.
And you explain why.
Yeah.
Right. And whether they move forward or not really has little to do with what LeBron James or Steph Curry
has zero to do with either one of them does.
They're going to do what they do. They're going to do what they do.
They're going to do what they do. Both of them.
They're going to do what they do. Right.
Both of them.
Right. So the end result really has nothing to do with their legacy at the end of the day.
No, I won't say that.
In the series, no, that's not true either. That's not true. Not true. Not true. It's not. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it for me factor. But in this era of social media and the way we are so enamored. No, this is. I'm just listening. These are all the arguments are. We're so enamored with the legacy and this and that. And I'm just saying that it would be interesting because there's a player that could absolutely have 5 championships. That would be crazy in the same time. I'm not saying he's better than LeBron. I never said that. Never said they're the same player, but they're viewed in the same light because they're both considered top 10 players of all time in today's arguments. I didn't say that.
And this is absolutely a legacy series.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
You can't escape it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Come on.
Dude, both of these gentlemen's legacy.
They're not the key to winning the series, but it's still a legacy series because it's a team game.
And it's going to be talked about.
I don't disagree with you.
It's a part of it.
If the Lakers lose this series and LeBron does what he does, everything completely melts down. And yes.
No, we're not changing how we. What I'm saying is, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. No one is going to change how they see LeBron, his what he's done, his entire career. Listen. Exactly. What I'm saying to you is this: look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. They played against each other 5 times in the finals. Everyone will tell you that Magic was better than Larry Bird, right? They played each other 5 times. Neither one of their legacies has been tarnished by Bird only winning 3 and Magic winning 5. It didn't matter, but it did matter. It's still part of the competition level of who your contemporary is while you're playing basketball. That's it. That's all it is. It's nothing else. You can't change. They played each other 5 times for finals.
And no matter what they did in those finals, it was always another player, a teammate, who was the key to winning those series.
Exactly.
Right, but in Steph's case, right?
Yeah.
He's won one.
Yeah.
Where he didn't particularly play well.
He played well in the first finals. He had 2 bad games, and they overplayed the hand of Dellavedova. Right, that was the person that had a good game against him, Dellavedova.
Yeah, and J.R. Smith.
But that's like Iguodala winning an MVP for holding.
Yeah, that was the year. That was the year. That was the year that Steph didn't play. They said Steph didn't play well, right? And Iguodala won the MVP. LeBron was the best player in the series. He just lost, and they gave it to one of the persons on the winning team. But LeBron's stats against Golden State in the 5 championships are ridiculous.
Yeah, they are.
Ridiculous. Yeah. He's had more 50-point games against Golden State than anybody against a team in the finals in NBA history. We get it.
He averages 35 against them.
He averages 35 against them.
It's the third highest playoff average.
Not the point. He's not Teflon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm trying to say. Nobody is.
Nobody is.
Exactly. That's it. So they play against each other for the 5th time.
What up, y'all?
KG, what's going on?
What's up, KG?
Got your eyes on the Knick game?
Yeah.
I think what Wes is saying and what I'm saying is if Steph gets the 5th one, there's a conversation. Who was the best during that period of time?
What period of time? Since Steph has
come into the league.
Since Steph has come into the league.
Since Steph has come into the league.
Yeah, but when you slice the cake like that, it's like that's when you go. For me, they're 2 totally different players. The way Steph operates.
We're not talking about how they are as players.
But, bro,
I'm not saying they're the same player. Not at all. They're not.
When you look at how they affect the game, when you look at why they're successful in their game, what they have to do to achieve their success, they're 2 totally different players, 2 totally different variables to go. Well, he's got 5, so LeBron's been playing for 20 years. If he happens to make it to an 11th championship and win a 5th one, does that change how I feel about? Nah, it really doesn't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all.
That's not what we're saying.
Didn't say that at all. I just said I said, wow. All I said was, wow, that is very interesting. That's what I said. And then I said, Steph getting 5 in 9 years is incredible. That's what I said. What is wrong with that statement? 5 in 9 years if he wins this year. What's wrong with that statement?
They're in that rarefied air where they can be compared, and it's just all about splitting hairs, yo.
Yeah.
I don't.
We're talking about the best shooter ever.
I don't ever remember us splitting hairs between Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan?
No, because they're not. It's not a conversation. But neither is Jordan and LeBron in my eyes. I don't think there's a comparison either because they're different players. So,
but at the time, you didn't feel that way.
Going back to what Wes said
about Jordan and Magic.
I'm saying when they were going head to head playing for a championship, you didn't feel that way.
Oh, absolutely not.
When they played head to head during the season back then, you didn't
absolutely
feel that way.
You're right. That was and that was 25 years ago. Right. Yeah, I understand. That was 25 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Did it with Bird. But did it with Bird and Magic.
Bird and Magic.
Relatively speaking, it's the same thing. LeBron and Steph, Mike and Jordan, right?
No, I think it's different because Magic and Mike played one time, right, against each other.
One time.
And we're talking about at least a 7-year difference in well, they're both around, I guess it was 7 years or 8 years, whatever. But they played one time. It was never really a rivalry. That was never the Bird and Magic thing is more of a parallel. It's just not the same with Mike and Magic. It was Bird and Magic. They played each other 5 times. Mike and Magic wasn't it.
I just reflect on debates you and I had because I can remember clearly.
But Hakim, no. You did the same thing on the text messages. Listen, every time we argue, if LeBron does something good on this show, what does Hakim say? He's 38. If he does something good, when he does something bad, what does Hakim say? He's 38. I don't debate that way. So he's 38 when he does well. He's 38 when he does bad. I just can't debate that way. So it's like,
and here's the thing.
I'm saying I've never seen anybody at 38 years old do the things that he's doing. When he
does something wrong, you say he's 38.
Even be in a conversation with who I consider right now, who's the best in the game right now. I would say Steph Curry.
But I don't either.
For him to even be in a conversation is like, that's just crazy to me.
What I'm saying is, in conversations, not me, and I put it in there too. I said, not me. People have Steph in the top 10 all time. That's all I said. And I said it's not me. I don't agree. But he is there. So he has the right to be compared if he gets 5 championships to a person at the same time who he's played at the same time with. It's not the same player. The best shooter we ever seen. All the people on this panel agree that he's the best shooter against the person who scored the most points. Against the person who scored the most points.
You're basing it on trophies, and Clay got trophies, and
no. You're going down a rabbit hole. No, you're going down a rabbit hole. There's not one time when people.
Hold up.
No, we're talking about Magic, Bird, Jordan, Kareem, Wilt, Kobe, LeBron. These are those players. Klay Thompson is not in the conversation in that regard. He's not there. He's like James Worthy. We didn't bring up James Worthy. Klay Thompson is equivalent to James Worthy.
We didn't bring up Magic.
We bring up the best of the best.
We didn't bring up nobody else. But like people like they hone in on one thing, right? It used to be KD. It used to be Kawhi. It used to be Kobe. Now it's Steph. And it's like it's them all these players.
I don't think it was ever Kobe. I don't think it was ever Kobe. It was never Kobe. No, it was never Kobe and LeBron. Never that. That was never that.
Marketing campaign built on the shit.
They made a marketing campaign. What I'm saying is the Kobe argument is something totally different than KD, Kawhi. Kobe, KD, and Dwight. That's not even the same conversation.
Eliminate Kobe.
Eliminate Kobe.
Steph. Okay, fine. But you still, it's like over the course of 20 years, there's always somebody who look like, come on, dude. Like Steph is fucking the greatest shooter we've ever
and he's the most and LeBron has scored the most points. Which that's all that's being said. You got two dudes that have accomplished something that's great in the same era. What is the problem with that?
LeBron spans like 3 fucking eras, bro. He's played
15 years. Steph has played 15 years. LeBron has played 20.
To me, Steph's era is his era. Like what I've seen in the last 3 years, 4, 5, 6 years, like what I've seen is incredible.
So the fact that Steph came in 2007 and LeBron came in 2003, that's like totally different eras. But yet,
Hey,
but yet,
I just
but
want to
yet,
keep can we keep the goalposts on the football field and stop moving?
Only because you say so. Go
baseball
ahead.
and soccer.
Only because you say so. Go ahead.
It is the same era. Like we talking a 4-year difference or something like that.
it's 4 years difference.
So essentially, those are the years that LeBron would have gone to college had he gone to college.
Bro.
So they are same era.
Bro, they are two totally different players.
We know that. Everybody knows that.
We didn't say different.
Like, bro,
we're not talking about them as
Steph has been playing on the same team.
We haven't mentioned them as players one time.
To go, ooh, they can be compared. Like, how? Just because he got
they're the same era. The same era.
It's mad. So Kevin Durant still playing. Why is he not in the conversation?
He hasn't won 4 championships.
He used to be in the conversation.
When he got 2,
he got 2 and he got hurt.
When he got 2 championships, the nigga was in the conversation.
Right, and they started to say if he gets
right, and then I was in the conversation with one motherfucker.
He got 2 championships.
He had 2 championships. But even before he got when he got to Toronto.
No, he wasn't.
Because they played against each other and it was competitive.
What happened?
They balled against each other. He won an MVP in the finals against LeBron. So at that position, and playing his position, guarding that man, and we want to act like we can't say nothing about that matchup.
No, you can. You can. But there were a lot of other people in the league at the same time. Jokers take a dude and be like, I'm like, it's been 20 years now. Like,
yeah.
It's like, I mean, you can.
I gotta go back and look at it. It was not
ever comparing Magic Johnson's numbers.
I gotta read it because
legacy numbers.
Hakeem, I gotta read this. I gotta read it because you're not paying attention to the context of it. You just took it back to nothing.
How many rings Magic got?
5.
In how many years?
Not in 13 years.
Right. I don't ever remember having arguments about legacy numbers between Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan.
No, actually, that's why Jordan won.
When you look at them,
you're wrong. That's why Jordan had to get 6, and he'll tell you that.
Exactly.
He will tell you that out of his own mouth.
It was that conversation.
There's still numbers that Magic Johnson has. There's still things that Magic Johnson did in the game of basketball that Michael Jordan did not do. And you can
nobody ever negates that.
And no one argued
Nobody's
that.
negating that.
In 1980 to 1991, Magic Johnson was in 9 of 12 finals from 1980 to 1991. 5 championships, but he was in 9 finals. In that same time frame, Kareem was in 8 of 10 championships, 5 finals. Those are 5 wins, rather. In 80 to 89, Bird was in 5 of 10. He was in 5 of 10 finals in a 10-year span. He won 3. So all I said again, it was because it wasn't an attack on your man, and you took it there because I did this. Did I attack him, Coach? All I said was, "Wow, it'd be interesting." I just said, "Wow, Steph." That's all I said. So all I said was, "Wow."
Steph is an incredible player in the system.
Then what comes out?
And the system that he plays in allows him to play to the best of his particular ability.
The system that Steph plays in. He's a system. So he's a system player now.
The Golden State
he's a system player now. I got you. Okay.
Hey, Hot. Steph will do what he's doing on any team.
No, he would, but would the team win rings?
Huh?
Would the team win rings?
I mean, you need a team to win rings. You need a team to win.
LeBron can do what he's not doing it, but he wasn't winning in Cleveland until he got on someone else's team.
He's not winning championships. He's not winning championships.
That's not about LeBron. See, that wasn't about.
But you always say these things.
Me saying that. Me saying that.
Anybody.
Bro,
he's not a system player. That's what I'm saying.
No, he's not.
Curry's particular skill set was highlighted by Mark Jackson. Steve Kerr took that and built upon that, and they have a system that's conducive to Steph Curry's strengths.
So
No,
does
I
everybody.
think that the whole, I think the
Other
new,
team, it doesn't mean they're going to
Steve
win
Kerr
a
did
ring.
that.
No, you're wrong.
Steve Kerr
You're
did
wrong.
that now.
You
NBA,
are wrong.
the
Every
NBA, the
coach,
NBA,
every
I
coach
just-
builds a system around his
yeah.
star.
the new NBA works in Steph's favor. Spread the floor, open it up. You spread the floor with Steph at the top. You saw that game the other day? He was waving dudes off like,
Yeah,
get
but
out my
you can't
way.
front on Klay
And-
Thompson. You can't front on Klay. You can't front on Draymond. You can't front on all the other pieces that's on the Golden State Warriors team.
Of course, you can't win championships without a team.
It's top notch, and they build for success, bro. That's not just Steph. That's the organization, bro.
It is, but you can say that about Jordan too.
Yes, you can. Yes,
you
yes,
need
But you can say that
You
about
can say
any
that about
star
anybody.
player.
yes,
You
you
can say that
can.
about anybody, any team.
Any star
all the
player, the
teams.
system is built around them. Any star player. That's what a coach does. You don't think Cleveland's system wasn't built around LeBron, Miami's system, the Lakers system? Get the fuck out of here if you even think that. That's what a coach does.
Let me ask you a
They
question.
build a system
Steph
around the star.
Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, right?
The system is built around
Hold
the
on,
star.
hold on. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And any coach is going to build a system around it.
In this era right here, who's the second greatest shooter of all time? In this era, excuse me, in this era, who's the second greatest shooter?
Brian Clay.
And he's on his team.
Who's the best two-way player? Who's the best top 5 two-way player in the last 10 years?
Brian Clay.
No, he's talking about Draymond.
The way Draymond works.
He's talking about Draymond. But listen,
I don't understand what any of that has to
nobody's
do.
disputing the fact that he has a good team. He does. He has a good team. He
Right.
does. But that still don't take away from him being a great player. It doesn't matter.
Who's doing that? I'm not doing that.
I don't understand what
I'm
we're
not doing that.
arguing.
I'm talking about the reason why these jokers be winning rings is because they got a solid team. The reason why
that's what it's about.
So does LeBron has had solid teams when he's won.
In Miami, yes, he did.
In Cleveland, he did it.
The second go round,
Yes, he did.
but the organization is not comparable to Miami. Stop it.
Listen. The organization argument. I'm gonna combat that organization argument.
When he came back to Cleveland, when he left Cleveland with Kevin Love and Kyrie and them and Richard Jefferson and all that.
They put together a phenomenal team to support LeBron. No doubt. No doubt. I'm talking about when we talking about organization, top to bottom. We say Miami Heat and Golden State Warriors, you're in the same air. Cleveland's not in that air.
But we ain't talking about the GMs
That's
and
the reason
the
why
video guys and all that.
That's the reason to bring in Andrew Wiggins is to do a move to get motherfucking Peyton back. That's all fucking. Big shout out to Rob Pelinka. That's all that shit. The Lakers wasn't shit in the first half of the season. Now it's like they got the best defense, the best record since the All-Star break. That's just not because of LeBron.
That's because he has a good team now.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And teams win rings. So when we start slicing and dicing, it's like, bro, if you can't even compare them. It's too different.
So with that being said, that now he has a good team now, there should be no excuses against Golden State with that good team.
No, it should not be. No, you're exactly right. You're 1,000% right.
No excuses.
Before you hopped on and we got into this discussion, it was already established by Mr. Henderson that it's not going to be LeBron or Steph that it's on AD. We talked about Draymond and what Draymond can. It wasn't about LeBron and Steph. So if either one goes, for me, it's like I'm not gonna sit there and try
And
to.
you're not getting it. Again, you're not getting it because I didn't say it was. I didn't say that it was going to change the view of their leg. I said it was a legacy game because they're in the same era. That's it.
Hey,
That's
I'm gonna
it.
tell you
and
this.
because
You
they're
can say
competing against each
They're
other.
competing against
you
each
can
other.
say
That's
it
all
ain't
it is.
about you can say it ain't about LeBron or Steph, but I tell you what, Steph is getting his points.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Yes,
without a
absolutely.
doubt. It's gonna be a beautiful thing to watch.
And LeBron's going to get his points as well. But let me
You
ask
know,
Absolutely.
but the thing is, yes, but I hope not. I hope he's
They're
staying
not
at
gonna win if he don't.
1 point range. AD goes berserk, and all the other pieces step up and give us the points we need.
Let me
I
ask
like
you a question.
I like LeBron as an orchestrator more than I like as him playing bully ball.
Let me ask you a question.
Series. That ain't gonna work.
Let me ask you a question, and it's a two-part question. How many top 75 players has Steph played with in winning his championships?
I guess what? None, right? As it was Clay.
KD, KD,
One.
Clay, KD, Clay, KD.
Clay ain't in the top. That Clay
Oh,
wasn't
he's
on that
not.
list.
He's not.
Remember
Oh, so
the-
it's KD.
It's just KD.
Yeah.
How many has LeBron played?
That 75 list is so goddamn.
No. Just answer the question.
We did.
We can only go by what we have. We're not debating the list.
But the 70.
We're not debating the list right now. Just go off of the list. We're not going
to because I don't even respect the list. Like the list is political. People on the list that shouldn't be on the list.
Hold on. How did you answer for Steph so quickly, but now we don't respect the list?
I don't bring up the list ever. I don't show me one time where I've ever brought up the list.
No, I'm saying you just answered the question for me for Steph.
No, you
answer the question.
You asked me a question.
Answer the second part.
LeBron has played with more 75.
Answer the second part of the question.
All right, but it's rhetorical. I don't know how many exactly, but LeBron has played with more 75 players, top 75. All right, to me, that's like
2 parts. He had 2 parts of the question. I just want to hear the second part of the question.
How many all NBA players has Steph played with?
I don't know.
None. How many all NBA players has LeBron played with?
I don't know, but I know that.
I don't know about that though.
Got the best record
that right there. I don't know, man. Because
and here's why KG. Here's why I bring up that Steph has it. We all think Clay should have been all NBA.
Exactly, Draymond.
He wasn't. That's why his last contract wasn't the max level that it could have been.
He's been on the same team his whole career. The Golden State Warriors.
My point being, you earlier kept going to the team. That is what you brought up. Clay has been on the same team, and his team was so good. They built this team and all these things, these pieces around him. That's what you brought up.
No, I didn't say built nothing. No, I didn't say they. No, okay, all right. Let me rephrase.
You said they built a system around him, and he had.
Mark Jackson identified their strengths. Steve Kerr took what was there and improved and kept it going. The pieces that they have just work like a machine. However they acquired them, however they came, drafts, trades, however that went down, organization top to bottom checks every box to make them competitive in the playoffs in position to win a ring.
With no top 75 or all NBA players.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's you can argue those facts because those are people's opinions that pick those people.
No, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%, KG.
But also
the argument I don't like when people bring it up is really the who play with who factor. Because everybody needs somebody. That argument gets on my nerves because when people talk about Jordan playing with Scottie Pippen, Jordan and Scottie Pippen were just like Steph and Clay. They had to play together and they learned to win together. And that's it, right? But that doesn't mean well, Jordan doesn't win without Pippen.
No.
Nobody wins without anybody.
Right. It's the whole thing. So
when you start bringing up other people, it's like old Ray Allen, migraine Kevin Love, KD stealing rings. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Right.
It takes a team to win a chip. So when you're using chips to judge individual players, how do you do that? When it takes a team.
I guess when I see somebody say old Ray Allen, when Ray Allen actually won a championship for the Miami Heat, he actually literally won a game. When I see old ass Ray Allen, that's kind of like that's saying that he's not really that good. He's just old.
No, what I'm saying is relative to Kevin Durant playing for the Golden State Warriors, which was the comparison. Ray Allen playing for the Heat wasn't Kevin Durant playing for the Golden State Warriors, was it?
So here's my point. The point that I was making.
Oh, who was the best player on the Golden State Warriors that year? Those 2 years he played on with who's the best player?
Here's the point I was making.
All right, Ray Allen wasn't the best player on the Heat, was he?
When it's Steph,
Ray Allen was never the best player on the Heat, was he?
Well, no, he wasn't. When he won that series,
if you took Ray Allen playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, though, if you took Ray Allen playing for the Boston Celtics, though, when you get Ray Allen at his older age, it doesn't compare to Kevin Durant.
What about Dwayne Wade? What about the first step? Let's like this about Dwayne Wade. Let's like this. Was LeBron the best player in the OKC championship?
It took LeBron going and a lot of got there win a ring with Dwayne Wade. I know that.
So, but I get from the LeBron, maybe not you, but LeBron fans, Wade was on his last leg when he got to Miami. We talk about playing with an old Dwayne Wade, who's arguably the third best two guard in NBA history.
He was hurt, but what he gave you is phenomenal. Like, you can't front on Dwayne Wade. No way, no how. I never do. Not me. I know what Dwayne Wade means. That was his team. He let LeBron camp out and learn how to get it done.
That's my point about everybody has to have somebody. It doesn't minimize who you play with. Like Pippen, I heard you brought up Pippen before, like with Mike, and I'm like, Pippen is just like Steph Curry and Clay. And it's organic. What makes it to me is better because they had to go through it together.
Right. The thing is, the thing is with basketball, how you know this, that basketball is a sport that one person that every once in a while, and when it gets to the clutch, they can possibly get you what you need. But they're not going to really win a series or games really too much because you could double and triple team a person and force the ball out of your hands.
Yes.
You need a team.
1,000%. What up, Buddha?
Peace.
Here's killing me right now, God.
Here's the thing,
coming, bro. I'm coming.
Look, here's a bodyguard.
Here's
What's up, Buddha? What's up, Buddha?
I need a bodyguard in here, yo.
No matter what we say, it still is a legacy series and will be talked about as such.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So I gotta dip out for a second, but Buddha, this is what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
We're talking about you got this Golden State Warriors, LA Lakers series about to pop off, right? We've already ascertained that it's not going to be about Steph. It's not going to be about LeBron. It's going to be about AD. It's going to be about Draymond. It's going to be about the other pieces stepping up, what have you. Steph going to do what he going to do. LeBron going to do what he going to do, and that's what it is. Now, if one of these guys get a ring, that's a legacy comparison to the other one. That's a knocking the other's legacy. If Steph gets
not enough, I didn't say not. I want to make sure Buddha understands this right. I didn't say not. Nobody said not. Nobody said not.
Okay, explain it where you mean.
Buddha. First of all, Buddha, let me explain it. Let me explain it the right way now. All I'm gonna say is, I said, if Steph Curry wins a championship this year, that'd be like, wow, that's 5 in 9 years. I said this is an important series for the overall legacy for both players because they played together against each other 5 times in the finals. That's all I said. I didn't say nothing disrespectful about LeBron. I didn't say that's all I said. I said for both of them, it doesn't come in 2023. It's not about LeBron and Steph in this series, but overall for their legacy in terms of competition, it's a big series. That's all I said.
Look. Let me just say this real quick. From a headlining. Let me say this real quick. From a headlining aspect and standpoint, it is about Steph and LeBron because no matter what, I know the X's and O's is not going to come down to them because we all know it's going to take everybody else that is really going to come down to make the win. But the headline is still coming back, and it's coming back to Steph's doorstep, and it's coming back to LeBron's doorstep.
Right.
Well, this is what I want to ask you. Was those other two, those championships that the Warriors won about KD and Bron, or was it about Steph and Bron? Because people like to switch it up like that. Is it KD and Bron's legacy?
It was KD.
That was KD.
I agree. It was KD and Bron. I give you that. It was KD.
So now y'all, so that lets it be known that Steph is really not in the running with him. Because two or three of those games wasn't even his team.
Can I finish what else I said? I said people put Steph in the top 10 all time. Not me. I said I don't, but he's viewed as a top 10 player, which makes this that type of series. That's all that came out of these mouths. That's it. That's not a fact.
Hey Wes, where would you put in today's game right now? Today, is Steph a top 5 player in NBA right now?
Today's game today, yes.
Yeah,
I think it's the top 2-3.
Yo,
he's a top 5 player right now.
This is his game today. Today's game is his game. He changed it.
The NBA created the new league is Steph Curry.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, I'm gonna throw another monkey wrench in this whole thing. If Steph wins his 5th, he will be talked about as the best point guard ever as well.
He's talked about that now.
He played point guard.
He plays point guard. He never has played to 2. He has only played to point his whole life, his whole career. Just because he can shoot the ball, people want to say, no, he's really a shooting guard. No, he is a point guard.
He's played point his whole career. And he averages 7.5 assists, which makes him a point guard.
Has always been the 2 guard on that team. So let's throw that out.
You have a 10 assists.
He's a point guard that plays like Reggie Miller.
No, he's a point guard who can shoot the ball.
But he plays like Reggie Miller. All the screens in the world.
Draymond is the point on the team.
Okay, that's the system that they play.
Right.
So he's
a point guard.
You don't really look. Draymond do more point guarding than him.
Yeah, he does.
In the traditional sense of the half-court offense, maybe he throws more passes for screens.
No, he actually brings the ball up. He runs the offense. He starts.
Yeah, he brings the ball to Draymond and he runs around.
No. Primarily, Steph brings the ball up. Coach is right. Primarily, Steph brings the ball up. That stuff with Draymond is primarily half-court sets.
Yes.
That's how they run their offense. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that is how they run it, but that doesn't mean
he's not the point guard.
The rest is transition basketball.
He still is the point guard. He brings the ball up. He
passes it to Draymond.
It goes to Draymond at the high post.
Yeah.
Then Draymond sets the offense. Then Draymond sets the offense.
Yeah, but that's from a half-court set.
That's the play. I bring it up. I give it to the high post.
And then I run off screens like motherfucking Reggie Miller. Then I do my Reggie Miller.
Yeah, he did his Reggie on.
That's fine.
Reggie.
I love Reggie.
I never really seen Reggie Miller get 7.5 assists against average for his career, but that's the point guard.
He didn't have the handles. He didn't have the handles all the time.
Because he wasn't a point guard.
Steph got done. Don't get it twisted. Steph got done.
Because he's the point guard.
And I don't disagree that he's a combo guard. I don't disagree he's a combo guard, but he's a point guard technically. So
and he gets to the rim at will.
Yeah,
I give him a point guard.
The floater he got is just it's a walk every time. Come down the paint, Steph is break you down.
That's point guard.
Steph is not gonna be like, get over here. I'm about to bust your ass. He's not gonna say that to nobody.
Who says that?
When shit get in the crunch, Dame Leonard gonna be like, fuck that. Clear it out. I'm about to bust his ass. Steph is not doing that to nobody.
He just did it last game.
What do you do? Cleared it up?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That whole fourth quarter.
That's exactly what he did.
That whole fourth quarter, Steph cleared it out. Like, get out my way.
Yeah.
He was waving
And that's what people
way.
said.
Like, no,
And they
go.
was like,
I'm not
goddamn.
Bro.
They was like, that's the first time he ever did that.
It out, bro.
It's not the first time he ever did it, but yeah.
No, he got a handful of those games.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
He got a handful of them, but not that many. That's not what he usually do. But I gotta give it to him. This year, he has had to do that a lot more with this team because this team has been struggling. So he has had to really take the reins over, and I really think that he's been really showing the fuck out because he's been grown as fuck this year. Like, this is my team. Like, this is the first year I've seen him ever do that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody know Bron punked his ass like 3 years ago when he threw his shit out of bounds and looked down on him and was like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Now, I don't think it's a different world with him now. I don't think he can punk Steph like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Therefore, with that statement, Blizzy, it goes back to what Wes said in the beginning. It's a legacy series.
No, how is it a legacy series?
I want to be clear again. I want to be clear again because I just said what Hakim said about it doesn't come down to them for 2023, but they're not viewed as the 2023 only players. They're viewed on the whole complexity of their careers. That's it. And that's because of social media. I had to sign on. I don't agree with everything, but I had to sign on to this bull crap about social media and you know, this is how people do things and, you know, stats matter and all this other stuff. So I'm just buying it. And I'm putting it out there.
I mean, honestly, I got to say this for LeBron's sake, though. It's not really fair to him because you can almost, not almost, but you probably could say that LeBron's past his prime and Steph's in his prime. It's not fair to LeBron to be.
Exactly. That's what I got.
It's not really fair to LeBron as far as that. You know, to be saying head to head, but the legacy part is going to come up because of the status and the type of players they are. But the whole thing of them basically matching each other is not really fair because LeBron's
it's not a matchup. It's not a matchup.
They don't guard each other.
I agree with you. I agree with that point. However, LeBron is not the. We all go through that. All the legends go through that. They all have somebody younger that they get compared to that's and they're done. That's how it is. It's always been that way.
This is what I want to end that because
the first anybody talks about is head to head.
We're watching something that has never been done. Okay, there's never been somebody balling like this in their 20th season. Okay, to me, LeBron's career is over. You can't judge him no more. Everything else is something brand fucking new. Y'all never seen this before.
Nobody was judging him. Nobody judged him, and nobody said anything about it.
People, yes.
No. We only talking about us. We don't talk about people. We only talk
about
If
you comparing his career with Steph, then you judge him because it's over.
No, that's not what we did. That's not what.
Forget it, man. I forget it. I didn't do that. I know what I did. I know what I said. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. That's not what I said. Whatever. I'm just gonna leave it right there. That's it. Because that's not what I meant at all.
This year is like icing on the cake.
At all.
It's like we've never seen this before.
Right.
Like this shit is something to be just admired. Like whatever he do.
You're right.
He the only nigga 38 years old dunking behind his neck. And nobody the young niggas didn't even dunking behind their neck.
You're right.
He on the
because it wasn't about that. It became that, but that's not what I put out there. But that's the beginning.
I'm not gonna front. That dunk he did the other day on Memphis
was ridiculous.
That joint was great.
That was ridiculous.
And defense.
He been throwing everybody's shit in playoffs since he been in the playoff this year. He been swatting everybody's shit at 38 years old. Like, come on, man. No, ain't no 30. It's not gonna be one coming up.
We can't say that. We can't say
Nah,
that.
can't say that.
These niggas is falling out of it. The only people that had a chance is what? KD and Steph.
It might be
And
some.
Steph.
It might be some kid right now. We just can't say that. We don't know because we didn't think he would do it. You just don't know.
I like what you said right there. You didn't think he would do what? Be the greatest of all fucking time.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Ding, 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 ding.
I didn't say that.
He got the most scores.
Yes, he's
having the greatest career.
Yeah,
Whatever.
whatever.
Listen,
I'm just putting record.
Now that's what I agree with y'all.
Moving on at this point.
I agree with y'all. Like that's why I said last time I was on here, I was like, if you're a great basketball player, and all y'all said y'all would rather play with LeBron than Jordan. So
Kaden get asked that question, and after that, we want to change the subject and wrap this up because it's getting long. But ask Kaden a question.
Yeah.
Ask Kaden a question.
Who would you rather play with? LeBron or Jordan? You ain't gonna get your shit off with Jordan.
No, don't answer for him. Don't do that.
Kobe.
I'm a shooter, so I definitely want to play with LeBron.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I'll go sit down when dudes be jocking the ball and then just thinking I'm supposed to just play defense.
And trying to fight you in practice. You're gonna be like, man, this motherfucker here.
It's different kind of players, man. Like I think it's something alike from both of them, man. Like because the feistiness of a Jordan and just the willing of not wanting to lose, and he is not taking a loss. You want to be on a team you want to be a teammate of a person like that. And then at the same time, the unselfishness of LeBron, knowing that, like you said, Coach, like being a shooter and knowing when you open, you getting the ball. You want to be on you want to be a teammate of a person like that as well. So,
how about knowing that 10 years I got a chance to win the championship? When only the first 5 years, it was niggas on Jordan's team that wanted to just fuck him up. Okay.
and they all retired, and then he got the draft. They got the draft, and they drafted Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, and they won a championship.
Got the coach.
Absolutely. Now the coach thing is always funny because that turned out well because he had no experience.
Hold up. They got the coach, not the coach that say he don't watch basketball no more, right?
Yeah.
That one.
Well, and you know why? And you know why he says that? And you know why he says that? And you know why he says that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Well, why did he say that? What's his issue with basketball today, Kay?
Well, y'all didn't discuss that?
No, we never discussed it. But what
he said it was in the bubble, and with the Black Lives Matters and people wearing all those different slogans and all that, and it got too political and all that stuff. He said that it turned him and a lot of people like him off from seeing that.
But he called LeBron James and his boys thugs.
Yep, he did call them the thugs. I remember that too.
Phil Jackson?
He wrote a whole
called LeBron James crew thugs.
He wrote a whole book kicking.
He said, and then wearing justice and equality and all this on their jerseys and all this stuff, and Phil Jackson's out of pocket for that one, though.
The Zen master.
Exactly.
I think he was out of pocket, but I also understood what he was saying.
Phil Jackson was smoking weed with all his players, okay?
I think he definitely was out of pocket, but I also think it was misconstrued because I do understand what he was saying, that the game itself should not be politicized.
I'm just saying, you can't say that when you got black people playing. I get it.
Hold on. Let me
all white people.
Everything's political. That's why we do the Star Spangled Banner.
If it's all white people, I get it. When it's black people, there's black people there.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And he talked about the being on the court, the slogans being on the court, the slogans being on uniforms and stuff like that. I understand what he was saying from that standpoint, that it should be the team, their number, their name, whatever, and the court should be the court. So I get it. I get it from a purist basketball standpoint. I understand exactly what he was saying. But because of the time and what was going on, it was nothing else the NBA could do. They had to go ahead and speak to the issues at hand.
Right.
So that's why it seems like it was so out of pocket for him to say that. And
Yeah.
This is a man that, like you said, gets high, lives up in Montana. As a basketball purist, as the Zen master, of course that's a turnoff to him. So
Well, can I
Yeah,
add?
but like you said, Coach, though, it's like, like I get it. I agree with what you're saying, and I understand why he did say it, but it's like, as the Zen master, you don't get up there and say that.
Right. You just don't say it.
Yeah.
Who you are as an individual and how you looked at in the game should have stopped you from making that comment.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's also a 75-year-old man, so he gonna speak his mind at this point. We all know 75-year-old man, black, white, Asian, whatever, they gonna speak their mind.
Exactly.
Everything's political.
Yeah, and you get to see the real them. You get to understand the real them.
Old Glory is front and center. That's why, and when I'm not saying it shouldn't be, I'm just saying that everything we do at the end of the day creates a narrative or creates a mindset that pushes their agenda, and basketball is a part of that. So to see brothers come together and use their power to say enough is enough, I think was the most beautiful thing we've seen.
Absolutely. Because
Jackson should have recognized that. And
because you're always getting criticized for turning the other cheek, or acting like, or turning, or acting like you don't hear what's going on out there, or hear the other people, So the fact that they had an opportunity to stand up and listen and fight for for the injustices, and fight for the people that didn't have the voice, like, you can't really sit there and fight them.
And this was during the bubble. So it wasn't nobody in the crowds. This was all about visual. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think he had to issue with it, because it was just all about the visual. Because it wouldn't have happened otherwise if the world was.
Let's know where Phil Jackson's mind is at, because I thought he'd actually be on the opposite side of that conversation. That's a shame.
Yeah. Listen, only from a basketball purist standpoint, and the bubble had to do stuff. Look, like they had to put stuff on the court. They had to do all kind of things for us to just tune in to them games.
They had to do that just to get the players to even play.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was,
it's again, it's like it's crazy, because when you think of what was sacrificed on behalf of the players, right, across the board, to get us through a very critical time in history. Like, it was dramatic, it was traumatic, it was the middle of the pandemic.
Yep.
Everybody on lockdown, we couldn't move around. There was nothing else to do, and the NBA playoffs really carried us through a very hard. And I could imagine that if it was another sport that captivated our imagination, the players would be heralded as American heroes.
Right. I just think that it was a little bit. The one thing that really grabbed me when he said it, they did it to cater to one audience, and it turned people like me, and it turned another audience off, and people like me in that audience off. That's when I just thought, I was just like, he going a little too far.
Right.
He didn't have to identify the audience part.
No.
Yeah, he had to be knowing who he's really identifying himself with.
Here you go, Buddha. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. He was going a little too far.
Yeah.
Time to let y'all know what it really is. The Zen
which goes against everything that I've read or heard about him as a person, particularly during the 70s.
Yeah,
me too.
That's why it was shocking to me. It was shocking to me. I just was like, what? Like I've never even like thought of him like that.
But I'll go back to 75-year-old white man living in Montana smoking a lot of weed.
Word.
Yeah.
Looking at this, like, this is our country. They fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? And only they can be comfortable doing up there, because anybody black 75 years old turn on the TV, they gonna feel some pain about what's going on in this country. You see what I'm saying?
I hated watching them games because the court looked just like NBA 2K to me.
It did.
Yeah.
I hated watching. So that's where my mind went. Like,
yeah, the fake fans was whack. The fake fans was whack.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
that was a bad background.
Too much of that madism.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
AK, man, we didn't get to acknowledge the fact that Joey Porter's son got signed with the Steelers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We had a nice draft. I ain't even mad at it.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
We had a nice draft.
Let's hope that he either runs faster or he doesn't carry a gun in his back pocket. Because there's only two ways to get shot in the butt. Running or carrying a gun in the back pocket.
Right.
Hey,
they also picked up that the other guy, the offensive line brother too.
No, the Steelers picked up that fucking other fucking tight end, that 6'9" motherfucker from Georgia.
Yeah, we got the tight end. We're gonna be running a lot of two. We're gonna be running a lot of two tight end sets.
Because y'all already got two. You know, you already got one. I mean, you already got one.
They're gonna be good next year, man. They're gonna be good next year.
We got Frymouth already, and then now we got Big Man from Georgia. So we're gonna be running a double. But I was saying that they already got the two Hayward brothers. Now we got Joey Porter's son. It's a family affair going on, and then we picked up the other guy's brother, the offensive lineman, Herwig and whatever, his brothers on the team too. So we got those two brothers.
It's all about.
Yeah.
The AFC North is stacked though.
That AFC North is gonna be a problem.
We ain't going nowhere. Don't get me on here acting like we going nowhere.
Well, you got Tomlin, and he always gets y'all somewhere. Or real
we ain't gonna be bottom of the barrel, but we ain't. We got to deal with Lamar. We got to deal with Joe Burrow and all those dudes. It's tough, man. Like we not. It's
and now Deshaun, right? Deshaun, Burrow, and Lamar, right? Those are the three.
Yeah, but the Cleveland,
right.
Cleveland, like they got Deshaun, but they don't really have a bunch of weapons on Cleveland. I'm not scared of Cleveland. I mean, Cincinnati and Baltimore, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that division everybody might be 9-8, 10-7, kind of.
That may be the league though. It may only be one or two teams that only loses like 4 games. I mean, because everybody else may pile them up. It's competitive as shit, particularly in the AFC.
That AFC is crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna be beating each other up like crazy over there.
It's crazy how they talking about all this stuff, and then I was listening to them on the radio, and they wasn't even mentioning Buffalo anymore. And I'm like, dang, they just throwing scrap Buffalo out of here like they don't even count no more.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're talking about the
Jets, up a running back, right?
Talking about the Jets now and all this. And I'm like, well, but Buffalo ain't gonna have nothing to say about the Jets.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the most people talk about that is the New England Patriots. We got the end of the division. New England is done.
Done.
Hey, it's gonna feel good to see New England in last place.
They're gonna have to get a new coach, man. It's time for them to get a new coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's right.
What's Miami?
I saw Tannenbaum up there today. He said New England had the worst draft of everybody out the whole this whole draft. I was like, whoa, that's not a good look.
Yo, New England might be last in that division.
Now, what does this do to Bill Belichick's legacy?
Retire.
He got to go.
Well, his legacy is tied to Tom Brady. That's it. That's his legacy.
Well, yeah, but he's still one of the greatest ever. You know, he can lose out
Is he?
For the next 9 years and still be over 500?
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
that doesn't tarnish his legacy. He's still a great coach, but it's tied to Tom Brady.
I give him all the props in the
You know
world.
what?
I just
Yeah,
think the
though.
league passed him by. I think the league passed him by. He was holding
Yeah, I think
on.
I agree with you. I think the league is like it's definitely past his prime. And when you're that good all those years, you don't want to change at all. And he's not like that's what made Coach K so special to me.
Yeah.
Krzyzewski, because he locked into what was going on right at that time with each class. So he knew what was going on and he changed with it. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah,
But
you gotta be.
Belichick reminds me of when we were young, Tom Landry.
Yeah.
The game kind of just passed him by.
Come on, man. How you gonna play a game and only throw like 8 passes in the game? Like, come on.
But yeah.
So it was what was one question? Oh, Buddha K. What the Knicks gonna do?
They losing right now. So
Really?
To a Jimmy Butler-less Miami.
What's the score?
They're only down by I think like 2 or 3. It's a halftime right now.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But still, you would think on paper, without Jimmy Butler that they will be blowing Miami out right now.
Yo, they got the young boy Martin is the leading scorer for Miami. That should never happen.
Yeah, and then and Julius Randle's playing too.
He got 18. Oh shit. RJ Barrett got 19 at halftime.
They ain't gonna lose this. I ain't worried about it.
Silver lining.
Yep, there he goes.
They got this.
Don't get it twisted.
I ain't worried about this.
What,
they got the series or they got this game?
Well, they got this game. I think it's gonna go 7 regardless, but their depth should win out.
I love you for that, Cliff. I love you.
Listen, man. I'm riding my boys all year, yo.
Cliff is consistent.
Going at it, yo.
Yeah.
Cliff is consistent. He taking up for his boys. I ain't mad at you, Cliff.
That depth got them down by 4 at halftime right now.
Hey, what do you guys think about Dylan Brooks getting just a message from his agent?
They did him dirty, yo. That's wrong.
They did him.
That is wrong, yo.
Hey, he gonna be on the Lakers.
They never put it out there like that, though, publicly like that, to say that he's not been invited back.
That's bad. Yo. That's embarrassing.
But that was kind of bad. That's bad. They don't have to.
They didn't have to do that.
Coach, when you say he's going where?
He's gonna be on the Lakers next year.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No,
I would love it. I would love it.
It's not happening.
They need a tough guy like that.
They need somebody who's gonna fight somebody, man.
Yep. Unless they get Draymond.
That's well.
Then that might happen. We fuck around and get Draymond and Kyrie. Niggas would be swole.
Kyrie not going to the Lakers.
Nah. Because
he gave him a secret handshake.
Man, Austin Reeves said,
they
fuck
always
that.
had that handshake.
Austin Reeves, Coach Reeves said, fuck that.
Coach Reeves went like this. He went,
Austin Reeves is balling, yo.
Coach Reeves like, fuck that.
Got himself a paycheck next year. I tell you that.
He balling.
I don't think he'll be in LA next year.
Bro, I'm sending my grandson to the Coach Reeves camp, nigga. He gonna be gonna be a hell of a coach.
I'll be shocked too, Coach, because somebody's gonna offer him a lot of money.
Yep.
Straight up.
He's gonna make a lot of money.
He gonna get a bag next year for sure.
Yeah, he balling.
What about Kyrie? What's Kyrie gonna end up, yo? Back in Dallas?
Dallas or the LA Clippers?
Whoa, that would be
Clippers. Yeah.
Y'all was hearing
what? I didn't think about that one. Clippers, that might be true, yo. Clippers.
Y'all been hearing some crazy stuff about the Clippers. About the organization, their relationship with Ty Lue. the team itself.
Yeah.
That the Kawhi thing might have been Fugazi.
Yeah.
I don't think. It seemed to me like Ty Lue might be tired of that. He might be ready, like walk.
I think he's out of there. Yeah.
I think Ty Lue's ready to walk up out of there. Yo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's out of there. I think Kawhi is out of there.
Really?
Yeah. I think Kawhi might actually retire.
That's what I'm about to say. If anything, it might be time for him to take it down, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to another team. I just think he's going to retire.
His knees can't take it no more.
Yeah.
He don't got no cartilage in him.
Yeah, playing with no cartilage. That's tough, man.
But my last memory of him was him tearing KD apart.
Yeah.
The claw was like, come on, I got this.
He can still ball. His body just failing him.
That's crazy.
Yep. He can't do it night in and night out.
Yeah, man. So listen, guys, it's been a good one. Episode 108. We're gonna ride out the playoffs and then we take a hiatus. But prayerfully everything goes well. We'll be broadcasting live and direct from the Blacktop Street Ball Festival 24 Hours of Peace tour coming to a city near you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'll keep everybody in tune, let you know how it's shaping up. And yeah, man, KG, thank you, brother. Appreciate
it. KG, man.
Appreciate you.
I miss
KG.
you, brother. I miss you. I miss you, KG.
I'll be a lot of times. Honestly, I'll be balling on Tuesday nights. That's what it is. And I didn't go tonight, so that's what it is.
God bless you, bro. You
got you the voice of reason.
Oh man.
Yeah, you got to be here for the football, K. Come on now.
Nah, I'll be here.
Yeah,
I'll be here, yo. I ain't hiding. I know my boys ain't gonna do too much, so I ain't gonna hide.
All right.
Good stuff, fellas.
You have a good one. Peace, JT.
All right, yo.
All right, guys. Peace, yo. Take care.
Have a good week. Go Knicks, nigga.